All right, what's going on, guys? Phil Daru here, performance coach for well over 15 years. I've worked with well over 200 professional athletes, fighters, and sport athletes alike. Today, I'm gonna go over my base support system prep to increase foot strength and functionality so that you can perform at your best. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so whenever we start off with a training session, I start from the ground up, right? Our support system. So we're gonna go through the support system prep, and then we're gonna flow right into our low-level plyometrics to increase the tendon elasticity, the strength, and the stability to produce force as fast as possible, as we do with athletes or just in general. So first one we got ankle circles. Now this is the controlled articular rotation of the ankle joint. So what we wanna do is, one, I'm gonna stabilize my body with my glute on one leg. From there, I'm gonna make sure that I disassociate my ankle from my knee. Basically meaning I'm only moving my ankle around the full axis of rotation that the ankle has. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do basic circles, nice and controlled, full, 3 reps on one side, and then 3 reps on the other. Notice I'm not moving my leg, I'm just moving the foot, all right? So 3 reps, nice and controlled. Again, maintaining a position here on the opposite leg, right? So I'm stabilizing one side of my body, and I'm able to rotate one joint at a time so I can control my body in space. We're gonna do 2 sets, 3 reps each side. So again, whenever I'm trying to stabilize my body, I wanna splay out my toes. So I need to have full spreading of the toes, and I'm driving the ball of my big toe into the ground and squeezing my glute, right? So that's gonna help me stabilize my body and not be all over the place when I'm going to do these rotations. From there, like I said, I'm not moving my knee, not moving my leg, I'm just moving the foot through these rotations and flossing out the joint, the ankle joint itself, okay? Now from there, we're gonna go heel-toe walks. So we're gonna go dorsiflexion, drive the toes up, and then we're gonna flow into plantar flexion up on the ball of the foot and off of the heel. So heel comes down, full dorsiflexion, we drive through. As I come down into this midfoot to forefoot, my toes splay out as much as possible, and I'm gonna drive off the ball of my foot, heel comes off the ground, and then stick on the other side on the heel. So again, splay the toes out, drive up, hold position, come back down. Push off, hold, back down, onto the heel. Splay the toes out as much as possible, down, back to the heel, up, boom, up. We're gonna do about 10 yards through and try to get that full range of motion as much as you can. Maintain your balance. Heel toe. One more. And relax, okay? We're gonna go down and back. Go down and back 10 yards. All right, the next one we're gonna do is heel walk. So now all we're gonna do is dorsiflex the feet, keep the hands on the hips, maintain tall hips. So we don't want to bend at the waist to try to gain more range in dorsiflexion. You don't want to compensate through the knee, so I don't want hyperextension of the knee to try to gain more range, and I don't want to see you kick your hips back to try to fake the range that you think you have with dorsiflexion. We're going to maintain this upright posture, tall chest, and on the heels only, we're just going to walk right on the heels. Keep the toes up. Try not to flare the feet out. So keep that internal rotation of the femurs. Maintain this proper hip position. Notice I'm not overly extending, doing this, right? I'm staying upright. And every time I come down on my heel, I naturally want to plantar flex or drop the foot down. You want to resist that, and you're going to resist that every time you come down on the heel, all right? We're gonna go 10 yards down, 10 yards back. All right, so we went heel walks, now we're gonna go toe walks, and the goal here is to really work on those plantar flexors. So now I'm gonna drive up, right, off of the heel, maintain position, and every time I walk, I'm gonna initiate it and come down on the ball of the big toe, right? Come down on the ball of the big toe, keep my legs straight, and keep the heels off the ground. As you go to walk, also make sure that you're splaying out the toes, right? You're not crunching the toes together. You're not, trying to grab like that. You're not hammer toeing it. You're keeping your toes away from each other and still keeping the heels high, right? 10 down, 10 back. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create an arch. So I wanna do a thing that we do is called short foot, right? And basically what it is you're creating an arch with torque. So you're going to grab the ground, splay the toes out first, grab the ground, ball of the big toe pressure, and then you're gonna externally rotate the femur and create that arch. So again, it looks like this. We're gonna be here, splay the toes out, and as I go to set myself up, I want to, again, create that arch, pressure into the ground, making sure my big toe, my first ray is straight, right? It's not out to the side. If it's out to the side, or let's say it's coming into the other toes, my arch is gonna collapse. So let's get it spread apart, toes facing straight, and then we're gonna create the arch there with external rotation. From there, right, we're gonna work through just some different patterns, right? So we can go just a knee bend position, right? We're gonna hold that. Then we'll go a hinge position, still keeping the arch, okay? And you're just gonna go back and forth, right? So you can go knee bend, keep the arch, right? Not letting it collapse, keep the arch. Hinge, still keep the arch, don't let it collapse, all right? Back up, straighten the leg out, all right? And you're gonna do this for about 30 seconds. 30 seconds on each leg. Alternate between a knee bend, a hinge, and a straight leg. That way you can find all those positions, all those foundational patterns that you're working, a hinge, a squat, and just a straight leg or a hip extension. You can maintain that arch of your foot, okay? Like I said, 2 sets, 30 seconds on each foot. Let's do it. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start working through the calves, and with this one is gonna be more the soleus. So also gonna work on extension, all right, and what we call plantar flexion of the actual heel. So I'm gonna go ahead and plantar flex, but I'm also gonna give myself a little bit of resistance here. I'm gonna load my knee, right, just as if you were to load a kettlebell on your knee or something like that. You don't necessarily need it, but it'll increase the intensity, right? So again, splay out the toes. From here, you're gonna lean on the knee, and then you're going to drive up and hold that position. As I drive up, I'm still putting pressure down on the knee, so I get some tension here. Come back down, controlled, then back up. Drive as far as I can, then back down. Back up, back down, back up, pressure, back down, okay? You're gonna do 10 reps each side, hold at the top for about 2 to 3 seconds. As you come down, you wanna do a 1 to 2 second on the eccentric. All right, so now we're gonna work on the tibialis anterior, or the shin muscles here. And this is gonna help with dorsiflexion and strengthening up that dorsiflexion, as it is helpful when you're going to sprint or run or whatever. So again, we need to gain optimal range, and we need to make sure we're working the muscles that allow that to happen. All right, so you're gonna find a wall, put your butt on the wall, then from there, you're gonna come down to your feet, make sure you have full 3 points of contact. Then from there, just grab a hold of the wall so you don't fall over, and we're just gonna drive the toes up. And you're gonna do repetitions. You're gonna go high repetitions with these. You're gonna do 20 total reps. Again, you're trying to drive as high up as possible, okay? And to make it harder, you wanna sit back, right? And you can even make it harder by standing more upright. Kicking your hips in and going from there. 20 reps, 2 sets through. All right, so we went into our range of motion and our activation. Now we're gonna work our way into plyometrics. So first one we're gonna do is pogo jumps. We're gonna go forward and backwards. And with the pogo jumps, it allows you to get more tendon elasticity, the ability to redirect force fast. This is really good to get you ready and give you the prerequisites for sprinting or for doing higher dynamic movements or higher plyometric activity. All right, so all you're gonna do, hands on the hips. As I got my Vivos on now to grip the ground, I'm gonna go ahead and jump up as if I'm doing a jump rope, but then I'm gonna lift my toes up. So essentially I'll do it single leg, and it's gonna be here, and as I go to jump up, I'm just gonna flex the toes. So I'm up, and I'm landing on the midfoot, not landing only on the toes. So I'm landing with a little bit of a flatter foot because I do want a stretch at the bottom. So I stretch and then contract, all right? We're gonna do 10 yards going down, forward, and then 10 going backwards. Here we go. Then 10 backwards. All right, so now we're just gonna go split stance. So I'm just gonna go left or front to back, left, right. So I'll get it from the side here, right side on the balls of your feet. And we're quick feet, right? Quick feet, boom. Okay, 2 sets, 10 seconds. All right, now you can also utilize a stepper where you can get a little bit of distance, a little bit more higher force. So as you come up, your foot's gonna be on the box, you jump off, you land on the box, okay? Just another way that you can increase the intensity and improve and progress going forward. All right, on to the next one. All right, so we went from the ground, we started at the support system. Now we're gonna make our way up to the suspension system. So we're gonna implement or utilize our knees and our hips now. So simple thing, high knees. We're gonna get those knees up, redirect force, hit the ground, and keep on moving, all right? So the goal here is to, one, maintain an upright posture. So you don't wanna be too far forward, you don't wanna be too far back. Wanna make sure that our sternum is in line with our pelvis and you're driving those knees up past the hips, right? As you come down, you're gonna have a forceful eccentric, or as you come down, we're gonna drive and then redirect it. So knees are gonna be pumping as fast as possible. Make sure your arms are going too as well. Here we go. Okay, 10 yards down, 10 yards back, 2 sets. All right, so the last one, making it simple, we're gonna tie it all in with squat jumps. Now, when you do these, make them reactive because we still want it to be slightly plyometric. So I'm gonna come down, almost a quarter squat position, then I'm gonna jump up, back down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 10 seconds, as fast, off the ground, on the ground, as fast as possible, 10 seconds. 2 sets through, and then you're done. All right, guys, so there you have it, base support system prep. You can utilize this for your warm-ups, whether you're going to do some type of weight training or running activity. You could do this on your own, on the off day, just to keep things flowing and moving efficiently for your support system. Like I said, your feet are your base of support. So we need to have optimal functioning feet and ankles so that you can be as dynamic and as explosive as you want to be. All right, my name is Phil Daru. If you want to check me out anywhere else on all my social media platforms, at Daru Strong on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, or X, and any other platform there too as well. YouTube channel is Phil Daru Strong. Thanks again for watching. If you want to get your hands on some Vivos, make sure you go ahead and use my discount code DARU20 to get % off your final purchase. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Ha!